In this day and age, every gaming peripheral comes with RGB. Think about your monitor, your headset, and even your table. So why not your gaming chair, right? So today what we have in our office is the Naga Tech RGB Gaming Chair, very aptly named, and this is a 399 ringgit gaming chair, and that is of course very affordable, but this chair actually comes with plenty of features. Besides RGB, it actually also has a massage cushion right behind here. We'll show you how that works later, as well as a pair of speakers at the back. These are Bluetooth speakers, and we'll show you how that sounds later. So without further ado, let's start with the review. Let's start off with build quality, and most of the chair is wrapped with full latex. So your seat, your backrest, your cushions, even your leg rest cushions and your armrest are all wrapped in full latex. There's also lots of plastics. The base, the clusters, and the frame that holds up your armrest is made of plastic. There are bits and pieces of metal as well. The entire chair is black, but you can get it in other colors as well. You get black and white trim, black and red trim, or you can get the entire thing in pink. Well, technically it's pink and white trim, and the best part is you get RGB. Now around the RGB you get sort of a mesh coating, so the light actually shines through. Elsewhere, the chair actually looks like your typical racing chair setup. You get bucket seats, and the backrest is also curved slightly. And it looks pretty good. It's one of those smaller gaming chairs that you find on the market right now, which makes sense since it's only 399 ringgit. But I think I kind of like it, especially if you go for the pink one. I kind of wish we got the pink one. That actually looks pretty nice. Next up, let's move on to features, and you probably never thought we'd talk about features on an affordable gaming chair, but this has plenty. So like I mentioned earlier, this has RGB lights that you can control with a nifty little remote control. You can turn it off, and you can turn it on, and you can also change the colors to whatever you want. You can also have it just display solid colors like red, green, yellow, but you know, I like my rainbows, so regular RGB it is. You also get a leg rest. On top of that, a pair of speakers that connect via Bluetooth. So connecting to the speakers is as easy as just turning it on and searching it up on your laptop or phone. Once you have connected it, it'll work just like any other Bluetooth speaker. Now the speakers sound okay. You actually get a pair, like two on each side of sort of like where your shoulders are, and they are fairly loud. That's the best thing I can say about them. They don't particularly have a lot of depth. Now I'm assuming if you're hunkering down at home in front of your PC, I would assume you'd have a much better set of external speakers or headphones already. I'm not too sure whether or not you will enjoy music coming out from this seat, but it's still a nifty feature. And to be honest, the sound quality isn't horrible. You can still listen to bass heavy songs like pop or hip hop, and it will sound great. Listening to rocks or ballad may not sound as great because that one you will probably need more depth. And lastly, there is also a massage feature. Now when I say massage, I mean just vibrating. I don't mean actually things clamping onto your back or your shoulders, but you know, it's still a nifty feature on such a cheap gaming chair. Now all these features need to be connected to a power source via a USB 2.0 cable that is all tucked away at the back of the seat. Now for us, we're going to be using a power bank, but for you, you can use anything you want. For us, that makes the most sense because we want to be mobile and nimble, but in case you want to just hunker down at home, you can connect it to other sources of power, anything you want. Unfortunately, however, the cables at the back are very difficult to hide and manage, so they will look very messy. Next, let's talk about comfort. Now, of course, the bucket seats and the backrest, as you know, isn't very comfortable for people as large as I am. For me, ideally, I would want a chair that's much larger than this, but hey. And on top of that, the seats are actually quite hard, just like the armrest. The thing that I like though is the lumbar support, the detachable lumbar support that you get at the bottom, and the neck rest. These are perfectly positioned even for me and my height. Now I'm about 179 centimeters tall, so these are perfectly fine. On top of that, you get your leg rest. These do not feel great because I'm very heavy. The moment I rest my legs on them, the chair tilts forward. But again, we will talk about this a bit more later. Another feature that I like is of course tilt, and this can be tilted way back so you can probably take a nap and rest, and this works plenty fine. And another feature that adds to your comfort is, like I mentioned earlier, the massage feature that, well, all it is vibrate, but it still feels pretty comfortable in short periods of time. But that depends on you. Maybe if you're smaller and lighter, maybe you enjoy it more. Do note that this chair isn't made for people as large as I am. Now, the next thing I want to talk about are the clusters that this seat sits on. They don't feel particularly great. They don't roll straight. They sort of roll off in a tangent, and that is unfortunate, but you know, it's expected for something that costs 399 ringgit. And the next thing that I also want to mention about is the creaking noises. I've owned this chair for a few days now, and it's already starting to creak, so you can probably hear this. Yeah, and that is kind of annoying, so maybe a little bit of WD-40 will help, but you know. Now, the last thing I want to mention about comfort is actually how hot the chair gets, especially with all the latex covering on top. Now, I sit in an air-conditioned room most of the time, so this doesn't actually get too uncomfortable, but in occasions, sure, it gets a little warm. So if you're in a room that is just equipped with a fan, maybe you want to look for something with a mesh seat instead of this. But to be fair, this doesn't get too warm. Now, of course, I mentioned how this chair isn't quite comfortable for me, but perhaps my two colleagues who are, you know, of smaller stature than I am will fit this chair much better. So without further ado, let's bring them in.
Alright, hi guys, my name is Nabila and I am the senior video producer of KLGadgetTV.
Hi, Andam here again. So today we also tell how about my feeling about this chair.
I feel this part is really comfortable for me. Kind of fits for me very well. See, I can do this, you know, maybe I can do this as well. It fits me quite nicely. It's actually very, very comfortable. So, I mean, my thigh is not too big, so it fits quite nicely. I'm sorry, Victor. So the cushion part is not too hard, it's not too soft. For me as a video editor, so I do long video editing, so it's actually quite nice. Yeah.
The butt gets I feel like it just fit to me. It's like if I get slightly bigger, will be like a bit susah lah. But if my size like this, I'm like 169 tall, 169 cm tall. So it's just like fit. You see my head? It's here. So it's just nice for me. The seat a bit hard, but in the same time, I feel it's not the bad thing also lah, because sometimes I like the hard seat. So yeah.
The neck part, the neck pillow here, it's soft, it's comfortable. So, and the lumbar support, it's quite okay for me. So I can imagine myself doing long editing and just not slouching at all. So everything here from top to this part, comfortable.
It's okay, it's doing its job. And the head support, I quite surprisingly feeling very good, because normally the gaming chairs come with the hard cushion for the top part here. So this one a bit soft, so a bit comfy for that. Yeah.
The leg rest. First of all, the way that I have to take it out, it's a bit funny to me. And okay, once I put my leg up, it feels wobbly.
I like the leg rest because I was working in office during all the time like this. But this one will solve that problem, and quite chill if you're sitting for here a long time or what. If you want to sleep for 5 minutes, this is a good thing to do with the leg rest.
It's actually quite good. It was actually the back lumbar pillow that vibrates. So because I have a really bad back because of long hour editing, so because of that, the vibration can makes me relax after long hour editing. So yeah.
Okay, so the vibration I can say is good if you sometimes you work long times after you want to feel like something different with the chair, so you can turn on the massage. I won't say it's very helpful, but if let you feel like something special today it's called vibration.
So as a final verdict, although the chair doesn't feel as comfortable as other chairs that has thicker and softer cushion, it does hug you quite nicely if you're of a smaller stature. It's got a decent lumbar support, decent leg support, and that massage feature. If you are larger, then I would suggest you look elsewhere. So let us know what you think about the Naga Tech RGB Gaming chair down in the comment section below. This is Victor signing off. Until next time, bye bye.